This is the wake-up call that I wish all Christians could hear. We're in the middle of a war. That's not a metaphor, that's scriptural. The devil is fighting for your soul, for your marriage, for your kids, for your church, and most people are acting as if they're on vacation. Today we're going to talk about what is the enemy's greatest strategy, what the state of the war is, and how many Christians are being caught off guard. But we're going to finish with one thing that the enemy most fears waking up to. In the West, we live in a comfort-first culture. Even inside the church, we can be passive spectators rather than mighty spiritual warriors. Jesus didn't save us to sit idly by on the sidelines. No, he wants us to get involved. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Ephesians 6 and verse 12 tells us that we don't fight against people, but against the dark spiritual powers of this world. So why on earth are we confused when life seems so hard? This world isn't neutral. It's occupied. In John 12:31, Satan is referred to as the ruler of this world. 2 Corinthians 4:4 says that the enemy has blinded the minds of the non-believers. If you want to know what the state of the war is and how things are going, you have to get your mind right and see the world for what it is. We are living in an occupied country where the enemy has control of the media, of the culture, of technology. He's subtly overtaken everything and we didn't even realize it. The enemy's greatest strategy is to make you believe that there is no war at all and forget that you currently reside behind enemy lines.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
You must remember that you are fighting the devil of hell himself and 1/3 of the heavenly host who've fallen. They have lost already. They are vicious, they are motivated, and they have nothing to lose. So this is a wake-up call I wish every Christian could hear, and it is: you are not safe. Matthew 12 and verse 30 says that if you are not for me, you are against me, and neutrality therefore is not an option. I touched on earlier Ephesians 6:12, and that's right, we are living in an evil world, but we are not left alone. It goes on to verse 13, therefore take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, stand firm. The war is real, but so is your armor. And the devil fears one thing, and that is a believer who wakes up and puts down the distractions and picks up the scriptures. He fears those who choose obedience to God over personal comfort. Christians who know that they're in a spiritual war and start fighting as if they're in one, not against the people of this world, but for those people's souls. And the thing the enemy fears most of all is awake and mobilized Christian warriors who know they cannot save this fallen world, but will fight to the death to save as many souls as they can before the King returns. Fact is, the devil lost the war on the cross of Calvary. We're not trying to defeat him again. This isn't a military campaign to fight for a victory that's already won. It is a rescue mission. It's time to fight.
And like that,